well, soak it up. I think there's a major storm crossing the country right now.
Like what kind of storm? Like a thunderstorm?
Thunderstorms and wind and tornadoes and all the fun stuff.
Yeesh.
Uh-oh.
Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
As long as it gets it out of the system before the 8th.
Before Eclipse Day.
Eclipse. They're shutting everything down here.
I heard that. I heard that they're expecting more people than like Final Four, race weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what the plan is.
All-Star weekend combined. Like all that stuff.
Yeah. They shut down my kids' daycare at noon. All the schools are out. Library is closed. Yeah, everything.
That's weird.
You guys
to
got
me
plans? Or are you going to go? Well, I mean, I guess you can just walk into your front yard.
Yeah.
We can.
Total darkness.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about going to a park, like a state park, but then it sounds like state parks are like, hey, if you can stay home, you probably should.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking to get into, big crowds or anything, so we might go to a city park or we may just stay home. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, you could just go in your bedroom or your closet and turn off the light. Get a similar experience.
Yep.
But you got to do it really slowly.
Yeah.
You need a dimmer.
And you got to like wear the glasses.
I'll wear the glasses for sure. I'm thinking about wearing those glasses, just going forward.
Yeah.
I paid a little bit extra, but mine have an American flag on them.
Ooh.
So I remember which country I'm in.
Excellent.
Were they made in China?
Oh, of course.
Good. As long as that's the case.
I'm sure they'll take our money, whatever.
Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
I got my sweet jerk off. Put some strings on.
That train is off the tracks.
Who doesn't love the bouncy castle?
Hitler. Just prepare to... just prepare to be awash in undebeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You are listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. Today is March 31st, 2024, and this is episode 693. Coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm your host, Joey Gaffrida, the man behind the dials. This show, we're going to discuss a 2-2 week of Pacers basketball with games against the Lakers, Clippers, Bulls, and the Lakers again. Joining me this show are two of our three analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from the high school home of Jamison Brewer, Silver Spring, Maryland, it's the doctor, Jason Triplett.
What is up, Pacers fans? What is up, Undebeatables? A few shout-outs this week. First birthday shout-outs. Shout out to my nephew Sam, who's got a birthday tomorrow, or today, as you're listening to it. Shout out to the bartender, who's got a birthday on Tuesday. Shout out to my mother-in-law, who's got a birthday on Thursday.
Shout out.
But most importantly, shout out to emergency responders and I guess toll booth operators. I don't know if you guys heard about the Key Bridge, Baltimore's
sure.
Francis Scott Key Bridge. A tanker or a cargo ship ran into it and it fell down. Only 6 people perished. It's very sad that those 6 people perished, but because of quick thinking and response by local police, they shut down traffic to the bridge because they knew the ship was in trouble, and so they closed off traffic and saved a bunch of lives, and it's great. I think this could have been a horrible tragedy, and
It
it's
could have
like
been much worse.
I think it's yeah. Anywho, and if you haven't seen the video, it's an amazing video. It's a tragedy, but it's an amazing video. To watch this cargo ship just kind of slowly bumps into the bridge, and then the whole thing goes into the water. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely was hearing about that, and I hadn't heard the numbers I had heard were higher, so they must have found some people along the way. So that's
Oh, okay.
great.
Maybe I'm giving you bad information.
Well, no, you're probably right, and I want to give a shout out to our local library. I was telling these guys our local library in town here in Indianapolis, Glendale is my family's library, and it had been operating out of the Glendale Mall for I think 24 years, and they have a new spot nearby, and we got to go to the grand opening over the weekend. It was awesome. They had a animal show and balloon animals, and a lot of people in the house. So it's beautiful, and there's a lot of nice facilities there, and all the stuff that you need from a library. It's a very nice modern one. The old one was served its purpose, but the new one is a little more of a destination. So shout out to the library.
Yeah, but you can't walk out and get an Auntie Anne's pretzel or whatever, right?
You cannot do that. You can't do that. Well, you couldn't do that even at the old one after there was nothing left. All the
Fair enough.
The only business even in that building there was a Weight Watchers downstairs, and then there was a Staples next door. But it was near Target, so you could hit Target up and they got stuff up there. It's not the same. All right, team. If you want to support our show, you can remind listeners that they remind our listeners that they can support us, the longest running Pacers podcast, by heading over to patreon.com/undebeatables, and you can support us for as little as $1 per month.
Did you introduce Harper?
No,
or was
not
I
at all.
zoned
But
out?
just so people aren't confused, I am here.
Okay.
So I got off the rails here. And
He's so excited about this library, man.
it was a great time. From Tacoma, Washington, out west, it's Aaron Forster, who may beat me now.
What is going on, fellas? That is some good shout-out coverage you guys just put together there. I will just add a shout-out to March Madness. Iowa has advanced to the Elite Eight and will play a rematch of last year's championship game against LSU from last year on Monday.
Sweet.
And should be awesome. And I understand the men are also playing a tournament.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Yes.
Shout out to NC State, our Cinderella team.
Yep.
And shout out to Purdue, I guess. It's for you, Mike Morrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Purdue did win today. They beat the number 2 seeded Tennessee Volunteers.
Which is kind of unfair. They're just volunteering their time.
That's true. In this new age of the NIL stuff, it's hard to compete with that as volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we had 4 Pacer basketball games to talk about this week. Pacers, as I mentioned, went 2-2. The team's ending their road trip, and the first 3 games were still on that road trip. The first one was at Sunday evening after we recorded. Pacers took on the Los Angeles Lakers and lose this one in a shootout. 150 to 145. Lakers scored the most they'd scored in 20-some years. Pacers do put up 145 on the board, I guess, but Yeah, including 46 in the fourth quarter. So they made a go at it, but too late. As you may expect, numbers kind of high in this game. LeBron dropped down 26 and 10. Anthony Davis, measly 36 and 16 rebounds. Austin Reeves with 25, and Spencer Dinwiddie with 26. So, 4 of their 5 guys, 25 points or over. Not the starters.
Lockdown defense.
Yeah. On the Pacers side, standout performance would be Pascal Siakam, 36 and 12, and of course everybody else with a fair amount of points. Even McConnell getting 17 off the bench. He's been playing well. So that was the first night of a back-to-back. Second night, Monday night, Pacers back to the same arena, playing the Clippers, and win this one kind of handily, 133-116. The second night of a back-to-back, as I mentioned, and they really kind of just took control a little after in the third quarter and didn't really look back too much. Pascal Siakam again, 31 points that evening. Miles Turner, great, 24 points. Halliburton with 21. And on their side, they let Leonard and George get 26 apiece. Norman Powell at 22, and there really wasn't much outside of that. But I think that was Siakam. I'm sure we'll talk about him, but he's been very consistent and very good every night. And it's nice to get a win on the road. It's nice to get a win on a second night of a back-to-back, and it's nice to get a win against Paul George. So check a bunch of boxes on that game. The third game of the week, Wednesday, March 27th, Pacers end their road trip in Chicago. Come up short, 125-99. This one was kind of over kind of early, and it was ugly. They made some... There was, I think, in the third or fourth quarter, there was late third or early fourth quarter, they got it down to less than 10. It was like 5 points or so. 8 points or so. It was in arm's reach, and then the Bulls just blew the doors off, and then it was over. This game, DeMar DeRozan had it just a standout game, 27 points, and Vucevic was doing everything. He was hitting threes, 22 points, 12 rebounds. Kobe White, when his hair were up and down the floor a lot. Yeah. And we'll say Siakam only had 14 points, and Nembhard was our leading scorer with 18. Last game of the week, I was in the house for this one. Shout out to Connie and her mother. I got to take her mom to the game against the Lakers Friday, March 29th. LeBron and co. were against the Pacers for the second time in a week. And this time, Pacers come up on the good side, 109-90. I mean, this is the one I saw. Pick the I want to talk about probably the most because it was super fun. But there's a lot of good games this week. On the Lakers side, Davis was the one that we really had the most trouble with because we always do and everybody does. 24 and 15. LeBron had a great game. He was just 16 points and 10 rebounds, 8 assists, nearly triple-double, and some pretty sweet dunks. Austin Reeves was super annoying, 16 points and 13 rebounds, which I thought was a typo while I was in the building. But and on the Pacers side, really all the starters had a good evening. Siakam was great, 22 points. Halliburton 21. He was getting his 3-point shot going, nearly a triple double for him. Nembhard had it where it counted. He had some timely baskets, and Nesmith, he was busy playing defense. So that was a good game for him. So Pacers end the week 2-2. 3 games against Los Angeles teams and 1 against the Bulls. Harper, what were your standouts for the week on this?
Well, 2-2, we'll take it. Boy, those Lakers games were weird. Talk about hitting the long end of those distribution tails, giving up 150 in the first matchup, holding them to 90 in the second.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that's even the same teams playing each other. Just bizarre stuff.
And their big players were there for the second game, too.
Mm-hmm. They even had more big players. They got D'Angelo Russell back.
Yeah.
Oh, and D'Angelo Russell, he was... Yeah.
But the home cooking was well-deserved for our guys. I thought they played really well. That one highlight of the week was just coming home. That was great. Energy in the house was incredible. Thank you, Joey. And team brought it home for you. My personal highlight of the week, though, was Jarris Walker against the LA Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Had just an incredible game. By far his best professional game. In 29 minutes with Jalen Smith fight. I think it was Jalen Smith was out that one. No, Neesmith was out. So Walker gets extended minutes, plays 29, ends up 8 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal on 3 of 3 shooting. Canned a couple good-looking three-pointers. Just a really, really good effort for him. No turnovers, notably, for the Rook. That was just a really fun game to watch. He was everywhere. He was getting his nose in there on LeBron. Like he just had a really good game, and that was really fun to see. That was probably my highlight of the week.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we've been wanting to see this guy have a breakout performance, and I think that was it. He's a rookie, so it didn't carry over. He got some minutes in the Bulls game, but
it didn't.
Was back to his usual 2 minutes or so.
And everyone else looked tired at that point.
Yeah. I mean, this week was a rough one from that perspective. Like, I mean, that Bulls game, it always sucks to lose to the Bulls, but it was kind of a schedule loss. It was the 5th game in 9 nights, the last game of a 5-game road swing. Guys just want to get home. And so we don't get the benefit there, but we do get the benefit 2 days later when we host the Lakers and they're on their 3rd game in 4 nights. And so this is just kind of the way the NBA schedule goes.
What happens in an 82-game season at the in the last 2 weeks?
Thank goodness it did, because that Lakers team in that first game, right? Like and I felt the same way in the in-season tournament championship game. Is that they are just a bad matchup for us. Like, they're just gigantic at every position. And, like, they would make substitutions and bring bigger guys in. And it was like,
these guys coming from?
Yeah. And so Tyrese really struggled in that first game. I think that's the other story of this week. Or maybe the the post-All-Star Pacers is, we go up and down as Tyrese goes up and down. Right. So if he's having a bad game, it's very hard for us to win. And he had bad games against the Lakers in LA and against the Bulls. And then he had really nice games against the Clippers and the Lakers at home. So it's good to see that. I mean, maybe with his hamstring at this point, he's really, a twice-a-week guy or something like that. I don't know. But that was what I saw going away.
Also had a little bit of a scare. Was that in the Lakers game or the Clippers game where he went down awkwardly and he looked like maybe he thought he had hurt himself, did Halliburton. But managed to pop back right up and carry on, which is great news, and maybe will help give him a little bit of extra confidence. And
for sure,
just in the injury.
Yeah, because that first Lakers game, I mean, we were kind of hanging with them, I thought, but then we just couldn't. We couldn't stop them. Yeah, there was no stopping them. No. They got whatever they wanted.
Not only are they big, but they can get a little poundy on you too. Like they can be a physical team when they want to be, and they seem to like to beat on us a little bit. Anthony Davis just seems to own his matchup. There aren't a lot of real true bigs, true centers in the league that you got to match up against night in and night out. But Anthony Davis sure is impressive when he's going.
Yeah, and he got us in foul trouble. The Lakers go to the line 43 times.
So many times.
In that game.
Was that our
to the
worst?
Pacers 16.
Yeah.
That's got to be close to the most we've given up all season, I would think. Right?
I mean, I would. Yeah.
And credit to Austin Reeves. I mean, you said, Joey, I think you described him as annoying or something like that.
Yeah.
He did a great job in that third quarter of that first Lakers game, just attacking the basket and getting himself to the line. When we had kind of, you figure out ways to limit Davis, double teaming him and, let Neesmith try to hold his own against LeBron, which he does a decent job of. And then, somebody else comes in is just destroying you. It's no fun.
Yeah, the Clippers game was a good one. I mean, we really took care of that team. So the Clippers had been playing exceptionally well since the Harden trade, and then since the All-Star break, have just not looked like the same team. So we probably caught them at about the right time, luckily.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, a great job of going out and taking care of business. They got some guys who can throw up some points, but they just don't look dialed defensively the way that you would think a team with that kind of talent should, and weren't able to string together possessions. Ultimately, they stuck around for a long time. It wasn't really until the fourth where we really crushed them. But put that thing away at their house. Not a very good game if you're a Clippers fan. Probably disappointed with that.
Wasn't
loss.
that was like their fifth straight home loss or something too, or fifth or sixth, something like that, which is wild. Yeah, how was the scene in the building, Joey, for that Lakers game? I mean,
Boy, so many Lakers fans. There were so many. Our seats are like near the Lakers bench. So, I mean, I guess you could maybe expect that, but I mean, just a lot of LeBron fans. People wearing LeBron jerseys from all throughout his career, Cleveland, Miami, and lots of LA ones. But then also, just Kobe jerseys and just other Lakers stuff. There was a LeBron alley-oop early, and the place just kind of went wild. I think one thing that this was LeBron's only trip to Indiana this year, and it was a packed house, and I think that there was just I think a lot of people there just to see him, and I get it. He's nearing. I mean, we could go all day about all the things he's done in his career, and you never know, when he's going to retire. And he'd even said that he wasn't sure if he was going to. I think he wasn't sure if he was going to do a, pre-announce it kind of thing and do a farewell tour, or if he was just going to hang it up. And so, I mean, you hope he comes back for another year, but it was fun to be there. And then, it was fun for that part, but it also was fun, and the crowd really responded well to the Pacers kind of taking control in that second half and really closing it out down the stretch. I mean, it was close. It was relatively close, and I think the Lakers had a hand in it until the middle of the fourth quarter, where the Pacers just kind of stepped on their throats, and the Lakers had no answer, and the crowd got really into it, and Halliburton hit a late three to kind of seal it, and the place went nuts. But also pretty sweet towards the very end of the game, when the game had sort of been decided. They have it on the scoreboard. They've got every once in a while they'll do something with some like filters for, like you'd have on a app on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And they were putting like crying faces on and they kept showing Lakers fans late in the game, and it looked really good. Like it was very believable. And then it seemed like everyone kind of took it in stride. It was very funny, and everybody was laughing at it. It was fun, and we were on the good side of it. So it was a good evening, a good place to be.
That's pretty rich. I like that. I guess we should give our update standings wise. Not much has changed since last week. Pacers are still in sixth position after this 2-2 week. What are we? We are a game and a half behind the Magic, a game ahead of the Heat, and now 2.5 games ahead of the Sixers. Sixers have lost 3 straight, so putting some distance between them, but still got a little bit of work to do to solidify that sixth seed, basically. We have now 2 weeks left, boys, in the NBA regular season. Can you believe it? Grand total of 7 games left. Big ones this week. Pacers 4 games this week. Monday hosting the Nets. Wednesday at the Nets. Friday back home to host the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then Sunday, a huge one, hosting the Miami Heat. That's a 5 o'clock tip. Maybe a baby race, but I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
The following Sunday is a 1 p.m. tip.
That's a guaranteed baby race.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
What do you guys think for this 4-game stretch coming up?
Gotta get 3-1. Need both of those Brooklyn wins, and gotta get the Miami game. Gotta get it.
Yep. For sure.
I think the team's rounded into form. I think we can take all of them. I think that I've been happy with everybody for the most part individually, and I think that we're playing well at this time of the year. I'm very excited about this.
That's true. We've been playing 500 ball basically since the All-Star break, so I'll say we'll go 500 here. But, it's hard to beat a team twice in a row, and the Nets actually have won, I think, 3 straight or something like that. They're on a bit of a tear. And OKC is going to be angry at us, and stupid Jimmy Butler will do something Jimmy Butler-esque against us. Who knows?
It's going to be nothing easy this late in the season. It's time to start clicking on all cylinders. So we know we're going to get their best shot. But
I do like that we're all done with back-to-backs. We played basically every other day for the rest of the season, so can really get into a rhythm.
That's closer to playoff basketball anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
All right. Well, we will be wrapping down the rest of the season with you, and some things are definitely not decided, but things they're close to their final form, and hopefully we can coast or run smoothly into the playoffs and do something, make some noise this year. I'd love to see that.
Absolutely.
I like noise.
Well, we'll be back with you later this week. Until then, you can find us on social media. We are on Twitter at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/The Undebeatables. Our website is theundebeatables.com. There's also a contact form. You can send us a message there. We have an email. Shout out at theundebeatables.com. At the website /store is where you can find our merch.
Oh, wait, Colson's not here. I guess it's me.
Yeah.
I just don't know the intro right now.
For the architect, Donnie Walsh, and for our once and always Hall of Fame head coach, Bobby Slick Leonard.
And I think Boomer somehow.
And for the reinvigorated Boomer, Hall of Fame. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. That guy. Turn out the lights. The party. It's over.
Very nice.
Even with all the uncertainty around some of the stuff, that was right down the middle. It was a good one.
I just throw strikes. That's all I do, man.
Boy, I didn't realize NC State, the Wolfpack are alive in both brackets right now.
Whoa.
Ooh.
No way.
Yeah. They are, they've got a chance to win both.
Didn't UConn do that one time?
Probably. That sounds like something
right.
they would do. Yeah, they were the
like UConn.
3 seed and just defeated the 1 seed Texas in the Portland bracket.
Ooh. Well done, NC State.
Oh, UConn's done it twice.
Wow.
Jeez.
2004 and 2014.
Well, didn't their women
the men
win
and
it
women's.
like 14 years in a row or some nonsense?
The women won it all the
Yeah.
time, but that was sort of. But the fact that the men did it twice as well on the same years.
Wait, so it's
In terms of-
it's still possible, is it? I think the Yukon women are still alive, and the Yukon men are in the Final Four.
Oh, well, they did it 2004, 2014, 2024.
Whoa.
Every 10 years.
Oh
I
boy.
gotta go fill
Oh
out a
boy.
bracket. I'll be right back.
I gotta fly to Vegas real quick. Hold on.
I have this like this deep seated fear that I don't even think can happen, but that somehow Caitlin Clark won't win it all, and that she'll undeclare from the draft and go back again. So I'm pulling
Somebody
hard
was-
for them Hawkeyes right now.
There
I'm
was
right there with you.
somebody was talking. There was like some rumors around, and these are completely unconfirmed by me at least. But the rumors that were like somebody else, like another, like an international league was like trying to woo her
Oh, I'm
because they're just like, we'll just pay you more money.
The Saudis
that's-
swooped in. And,
Yeah, exactly.
would you like an oil rig?
Yeah. Live.
Shoot
Women's
buckets all day
basketball.
on an oil rig.
You can have this oil rig, but you can't have this car.
Well, you can have it, but we're not gonna let you drive it.
Can't you?
Now that I got my digs in on the Saudis, we'll call it good.
Yeah. Just lost our Saudi demographic.